Yeah, I think just really proud of this group. Had a longer break before this game, and early in the season, as a team's coming together, like all teams, like when their backs were against the wall, when things got tough, they went with who they trusted most, which was themselves. And I thought today we all understood the gravity of the game and how it was a must-win game, and our backs were against the wall, and it was just a really clear example of how we trusted the team, we trusted the offense, we trusted the defense. We played with extreme physicality to be able to out-rebound Pacific, and I just was proud of the team for coming together.
Coach, it feels like in some ways part of the season could be almost summarized in your guys' ability to respond to adversity, and it feels like tonight they go on the run, it's 59-58. It's not all too dissimilar from what happened in Corvallis, except tonight you guys got to go on a 26-9 run. Obviously, we know what happened at OSU. What have you noticed that maybe just separates the ability to respond when you're at home versus when you're on the road?
Well, I think that there is more positive energy or whatever you want to call it when you're at home, and that's something that we need to grow in on the road. But we talked a lot about it, especially after the Oregon State game, but the Gonzaga game as well, where things aren't going your way, and you got to find ways to impact the game. And like everyone's going to talk, and rightfully so, about Jerome's big 2 threes that he hit to break that run. But before that, I don't know exactly who it was, but like I know Ree was part of the mix, getting some offensive rebounds, getting some hustle plays, getting a couple stops, and digging out a loose ball on the weak side. I think that was Ace, and just finding ways to break their momentum, and then obviously hitting those shots and getting our run started as well was huge for us.
How much do you think of that maybe comes from just an added grit at home, and kind of a two-part question? How much do you feel like you get that added grit just simply from having Tomas?
Well, I think it is easier at home, and that's something that is frustrating to me personally, that we should have that mental toughness to be able to go do that on the road, and that's our next step. But I think having someone like Tomas who's like been a veteran, he's probably got our most minutes returning from last year. He's someone that I really trust out there. Like he had a huge tip-in offensive rebound. I know he had some other big plays, but I thought that play in particular and his defense on Ralph in the second half were really crucial for us to separate and finish the game like we did.
It seems that we can't go a press without asking about Reed, just with how hot he's been, and again it came in different ways. It wasn't just the open threes. It was the dribble pull up, the pump fake and go by a guy. I mean, just. Does it feel like, too, that every game he's doing something more than what he was doing in the last game?
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, it's just great to see him kind of expand his game. He's gotten more physical. He's gotten more confident. He's always been a hell of a shooter. But I just think being able to impact the game in different ways helps his confidence, and it allows him to be on the floor longer, knock down more shots, and impact the game. Like those drives he had were hit huge. And like I said earlier, the offensive rebounds was important for us.
Do you know what the Pinoy step is?
The Pinoy, yeah.
Yeah, well, Ree had one tonight, which is why I was asking about that.
He's got some crafty little footwork in there on his drives.
Well, for him to kind of be consistent with the way he expands his game, what does that say about kind of where he is right now?
Well, I think like it's just something where I kind of talked about it last year. He was one of our leading scorers. There was a month where he was our leading scorer in practice, and he's a really, really good player, but he just didn't have that many game minutes for us with his tough luck and the injuries. And I think his work in the weight room, his work in the film kind of figuring out ways to expand his game, I think have just been crucial for us to really take this next step as a team.
And then with Tomas being out for almost 2 months, what did you notice about the way he kind of worked to get back on the floor, and like for him, like emotionally, what was it like seeing him kind of work through, being out for, I guess, 12 games?
Well, he's an introverted guy, and so like, there's like the opposite of that is like what Cedric was doing last year when he was hurt, where he was basically in my ear the whole game and talking, and so it was, I think, good for him to get pushed on that by our staff and even by his teammates, just seeing how much they need him, his voice and his veteran presence out there. So he's able to have a bigger voice over the last, I don't know how long he's been out, month or two. And I think that was big. And then his work ethic is always something that's been impressive to me. Like we'd be in practice, if his live plays in someone's ear trying to talk to him, and if it wasn't, he was on that bike going crazy with his, trying to stay in shape and make sure that he's ready to go when the time comes.
Coach, in both the first half and the second half, you guys were starting a little bit slow on offense with 0 3-pointers made. How do you make those adjustments out of those media timeouts to start moving the ball better and making those shots?
Well, I think, that comes from finding ways to get paint touches and reversals. And we had a crazy stat that Donald and Pedro gave me in the first half. I think we were 2 for 12 when we didn't get a reversal, and we were like 8 for 9 and on one reversal, and something crazier than that on 2 reversals. And so just trusting the offense and understanding, the ball's got a little energy to it. When the ball starts zipping around, you feel it. You start getting more comfortable, and the shots start falling down a little easier.
Rihards kind of mentioned it just when he was in here a second ago, but with Tomas being back in the lineup, the rotation has expanded once again. And what does that make to the benefit of the coaching staff?
Well, it's just nice. I mean, there was one stretch today in the second half where I don't know if there was a whistle for 4 or 5 minutes, and they were gassed. I mean, the guys were just chucking up shots and falling over all over the place, and we needed that depth for Tomas to come in, and it allows us to play some more unique lineups. Like today, we were able to go with Tomas at the fours at different points, and really that's just defensively. Like offensively, when he's at the four, he's basically playing a guard spot because that's where his advantage is. And so I just think his versatility and veteran presence is a really, really important thing for us. And like I was planning, like he doesn't have a restriction or anything medically, but just shape-wise, I was planning to give him a few 3-minute stretches and probably give him 10 to 12 minutes. But he looked good out there. He was confident, and he definitely went a little over that.
Yeah, so you mentioned Tomas hasn't played since late December. What's kind of the process of bringing a player back from injury?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what kind of injury it is, and he had a tough one with his foot, and so he wasn't able to be on the floor. I know him and Pedro were in there doing one-footed shots and all this weird stuff, and just try and find ways to keep him in the gym, keep him engaged. But the last couple weeks, he's been able to walk around. He's been able to start doing a little bit more. Last week, we started having him play one-on-one with the red shirts and start to build into it. It was really kind of a perfect time for him to come back with the 7-8 days off or something like that. So it gave him a little time to gain that rhythm in practice, and we got after it this week. Like there were some competitive practices, a lot of live play, and it was good chance for him to gain that rhythm.
Gotcha. And then last season, you lost 2 games to Pacific. How does it feel to finally be able to beat them?
It feels good. They're a really good team, and I didn't really know Coach Smart until last year, and they're a team that I enjoy watching. Like when I'm scouting other teams, I always try to watch the Pacific game because I think they play the right way on both sides of the ball, and they've done a really good job.
I got asked about Emmanuel this morning. The judge extended the order against him. What does that mean just for the rest of his season here?
Right now, it's still ongoing. I can't comment on it.
Is he going to be able to play soon? Or
I can't comment.
On the win.
Go Cougs!
Tomas, for you, I mean, first time you've gotten to play in almost 2 months. I mean, just what was kind of the feelings and the emotions getting to go out on the floor after just, having to watch the last 5-6 weeks?
I was very excited to get back on the floor with the guys, and I just had to be patient. It was a tough injury to go through, so I was very excited to get back there.
Ree, for you, what did you feel like maybe Tomas brought energy-wise? I mean, obviously you see the rebounding, the defense. Does it just feel like it gave you kind of that fuel and that spark?
No, for sure. I mean, we had an 8-man rotation. Having Tomas back is huge. He's a great motor for us. As you said, rebounding, defense, the extra possession on offensive glass. So we missed him, and I'm glad he's back.
They cut it to 1 at one point. I think it was 59-58, and it kind of had a feeling of what happened in Corvallis. But instead, this time you guys go on. I think it's a 26-9 run, put the game away. What was there maybe kind of like a harken back to that, or Coach Riley said we're not going to let this happen again, and maybe kind of what do you guys feel like you did better this time than the last time when OSU kind of punched you in the mouth versus today? You're able to take care of Pacific.
I think we stuck together. As you mentioned in Corvallis, we kind of went away from each other, tried to play our own game, and this time we played a full game for 40 minutes and stuck together. We had great defensive possessions at the end, last 5 minutes, so that was like the main thing that we focused on, and it was our defense and just staying connected.
Tomas, I'm curious about just like kind of your road back to getting healthy again. What was it like kind of having the injury happen? Like, what did your days look like as you kind of worked to get back on the court?
it was just a lot of biking. I was just on the sideline on the bike. I did some swimming, and I worked out with Pedro too, just in the booth, walking, ball handling. So yeah, it was a lot of biking for sure, I would say.
Have you ever had like a longer term injury like that, or how did you kind of manage the emotions of something like that?
Nah, it was my first time, but I had people around me to help me, so yeah, they made it a lot easier for me.
Well, you both were lighting up from deep today, and both of you guys hit some major corner threes. What does that do for the energy of the bench? Like, Tomas, when you hit your three-pointer, it was kind of behind the hoop, and both the arena and the bench lit up. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I mean, it's great to feed the energy. I mean, we're trying to get momentum and energy as much as we can on defense, but if there's offensive plays like offensive rebounds and big shots like Tom did, it just fuels us and just keeps us going.
And Vavers, you've been having these types of performances all season long, especially at home. How do you keep your hot streak going, and how do you stay consistent?
I would say my teammates do a great job of finding me open and just staying ready, knowing how they're going to guard me, adjusting to it. And, yeah, the first half I hit a couple of threes, and I knew they're going to try to be aggressive. So I knew the second half I just need to play. I need to make plays for my teammates, and that's what I try to do, get everybody else shots.
Washington State wins it by 17 tonight over Pacific. 21 points for Rihards Vavers. There's his dad, Maris, doling out high fives to everybody inside Beasley Coliseum. Well, we got his son, Rihards, right here courtside. Rihards, great game for the Cougs. You guys hit a bunch of threes, and it seemed like a lot of good vibes out there on the offensive end of the floor especially.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, we had to bounce back from the last game. We had the little 8-day stretch, so we regrouped, got back together, and, you know, showed out tonight.
What was your guys' focus for this game? You also did a really good job battling them on the boards.
Yeah, I mean, that was the main thing, battling them on the rebounds. They're the first defensive rebounding team in the country. I mean, not the country, the conference. Same as offensive rebounding. So the main goal was to be physical, box them out, and just show physicality tonight.
Tomas Thrastarson's back, not showing a lot of rust, really helped out.
Yeah, I mean, we missed him. We had 8-player rotation. Now having Tom back is huge. 5 rebounds, and it's just the spark that he gives to us is just amazing.
You know, before we came on air, we were talking about the 2 games that Trevor and I have done together, were the Seattle U game and this game. You lit it up both games, so that now you're going to be sending a limousine for us to do the rest of the games?
For sure, yeah. I mean, good luck charm, so I need that.
As we look at these threes here, I mean, we saw your dad on the front end coming in here, and I know it's been special this year. He's been following you all around the country, really, in non-conference and conference play. I mean, how cool is it then to have him following your entire season like this?
It's huge. I mean, since I've been here since 2019, I haven't really had a lot of time to going home and just spending time with my family. So having him here is huge. I mean, I love all of my family members. I miss my mom, my brother, and my sister. So having him here is just amazing.
You know, something else you did really well in the second half. Obviously, they tried to adjust. You're making so many shots. They tried to make you put the ball on the floor. You did it well. You put it on the floor. You finished inside. A couple times you went in and kicked the ball out and got an assist. So, again, it's not just the three-point shot, which you do so well. The rest of your offensive game is also really improved.
Nah, for sure. I mean, I knew they're going to run me off the line in the second half because I don't know how many threes I had hit in the first half. But just adjusting to the game, knowing that they're going to be aggressive, making plays for my other teammates. So that was the goal for me coming down the half, and we did it pretty well.
We documented in this game, Rihards, how well you guys as a team have been shooting from three. When teams know that you guys are a good three-point shooting team, without giving away too much, what are you guys doing to get those open opportunities and those catch-and-shoot looks?
Yeah, I mean, we're reading the game. Some plays, they can overplay different people, Simon, EY, and just reading those mismatches and creating advantages for us. So just going play by play and just reading what advantage we have every possession.
You got a chance to go up to 4th. I know you know 4th place in the conference gets you a bye into Sunday. You got one more game at home. You guys are so good here in Beasley. You're going to have to go on the road and grab a couple next week. Those road games are going to be really important for the Cougars.
Nah, for sure. I mean, we're locked in. 3 games left. We're trying to get as high as a seed as we can. So 3 games left. Got to put our head down, stay locked in, and just get those wins.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight. 17-point advantage for the Cougs. 21 for you. We'll let you go celebrate with the guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Well done, Ree.
Rihards Vavers with us here post-game. Washington State with the victory over Pacific. These are now the updated standings. And PJ, we were talking about this. The Cougars get themselves into a position where they are really fighting here down the stretch, right outside of that 4 seed, and now holding a tiebreaker against Pacific.